What up? In today's video, I'm going to show you another banger ChatGPT system prompt that I'm using to help me run my fashion brand. I created this system prompt here, which you can download for free at the link in the description. If you're unfamiliar, a system prompt is like a set of instructions that you give to an AI that can best assist you with your specific needs. And then I copied and pasted those instructions into this Custom GPT. I have a specific conversation that I'm going to show you that is actually from earlier this morning. I used this prompt. I just designed your system prompt and I'm testing it for the first time. Let's practice a human and AI co-working environment. We are co-workers. We are very synergistic. I am a human fashion designer and brand owner. You are an AI. Let's discuss 5 specific scenarios in which we can collaborate. I'm curious to learn about your ideas. Optimize your workflow for coherence. While time might not be a factor for you, as a human, I value time and strive to get the most done in the least amount of time without sacrificing quality of work. The expert GPT gave me 5 use cases, one of which I'm going to show you today. I'll read through all 5. The first scenario is the design conceptualization and mood boarding stage. I will present my initial inspiration like sketches, photos, or references, and then the assistant will turn them into cohesive, thematically aligned design descriptions or mood board directions. So basically, I provide my vision, the AI ensures consistency in color palette, texture, and silhouettes. To cut the fat, otherwise known as ideation bloat, that way we don't have too many ideas, we don't get stuck for too long in the brainstorming phase. The second scenario is fabric and material sourcing, where the AI will take my use cases and needs and recommend specific fabrics. And then it mentions here that it can connect me with suppliers who meet my budget and ethical standards. I haven't tried this yet, I already have suppliers, so I'm curious to test this out. Maybe I'll do that in a separate video. The third use case is technical design and prototyping, which is what I'm actually going to show you a little bit more in depth today. I supplied a rough draft of patterns and tech packs. I also included 3D renders, and then the AI gave me feedback and recommended changes. The fourth scenario is collection storytelling and marketing, where I outline the brand's ethos and the season's themes, or the aesthetics. If I'm doing a seasonal collection, like a winter collection, I would let the AI know I'm designing for a specific time of year. The AI creates product descriptions, optimizes the names and titles of products, and strategizes or even goes as far as writing marketing copy or the descriptions and text that you see related to ads or any social media post. This is great for refining the narrative or making sure that the whole narrative is very concise. All of the wording you use is very consistent, or the vernacular that you use is very consistent. The fifth scenario is trend forecasting and long-term planning, which is probably the next feature that I'll try. The example it suggested is I design pieces for an upcoming collection or next season, but I'm overwhelmed by all of the trends and competitors, which is a very specific scenario, but it's definitely real. The AI then suggested that it distill market data and insights and then propose silhouettes, colors, and consumer expectations. So basically just a set of guidelines for how to create the most successful collection possible for the upcoming year based on trends and data. Going through each of these scenarios with an AI cuts out redundant tasks like multiple brainstorming sessions. I put myself in that position where I will obsess over the brainstorming and planning, but I've realized that more often than not, that's actually just a big waste of time. It's better to act on something in the moment as it comes up. That's how I'm treating this YouTube channel. I just make videos specific to my experience as they happen. It's important to me that when I'm talking with an AI, it is on the same page with me about that. I don't want to brainstorm forever. I don't want to come up with a million different ideas for garments. I just want to talk about what works. I want to talk about what I like. So taking it a little deeper, I added a tech pack which included specific garment dimensions and patterns. And I also included these 3D renders made with Clo 3D. I said, here's the tech pack and 3D renders of a garment I designed. I ordered samples. I think the crop is too short. When I tried this fleece on, I came to the conclusion that I wanted to see how the jacket would look cropped because cropped garments have been trendy in streetwear for the last year. It is currently the beginning of 2025. I also think that the polar fleece I sourced feels low quality. What do you think of my design? Be honest. Then the assistant said, okay, here's the critique. Design. The cropped silhouette is def trendy. It talks in that vernacular, by the way, because I prompted it that way. The cropped silhouette is def trendy, but the length feels slightly too short for 2025. Streetwear right now is moving towards relaxed, oversized, and layer vibe, and the jacket feels like it straddles the line awkwardly between cropped and boxy. The proportion with wide leg pants looks unbalanced. Extending it by a few centimeters to hit just below the belt line could give a more versatile and current look. Love the clean lines and minimal logo embroidery. Very wearable. Keeps the focus on form and fabric. Okay, so it had some really good constructive criticism, and it also gave me some compliments. It's always interesting when it gives me its own opinion or a compliment based on what seems to be taste. Obviously, it doesn't really have a sense of taste. It's a robot. But based on the training data, it's able to form this opinion about how my design is very wearable. Anyway, moving on. 2. Fabric choice. Low quality polar fleece is a major L for a premium feeling garment. I agree. Plush fleece was a good initial thought because texture contrast is trending right now. But if it feels cheap, it undermines the entire vibe. Look into recycled Sherpa fleece or even a heavier weight organic cotton fleece. It'll elevate the hand feel and durability while staying aligned with sustainability trends. And then it recommended going for a higher GSM. Number 3, construction details. Metal zipper is a nice touch, but be sure it's robust and not flimsy. The white embroidery pops but might feel stark. Consider tonal embroidery for a more elevated, cohesive feel. I'll probably elaborate on this and ask how I can ensure that the metal zippers that I source are high quality and robust. Point 4 is functionality. Crop jackets can be limiting in colder seasons. Adding an adjustable drawstring hem might make it more functional without losing the cropped aesthetic. So that's a great idea and a specific design decision that I can make here. I can go to my atelier or open up Clo 3D and add that drawstring hem, which adds more function. Then I have more information I can list about the product on my website. And it'll be easier to sell that garment. So overall, this is really, really, really good advice. If I like that idea. That is subjective. So some people, some designers getting this feedback might go, adjustable drawstring hem, I hate that idea. Or I think that looks meh. It's subjective. But in my opinion, this is good advice for me. And then it said, overall, a solid base, but right now it's not aligned with where streetwear is heading. Feels slightly off trend and compromised by fabric choice. Tweak the length, upgrade the fleece, and maybe play with proportions for a more dynamic design. So I'm going to keep messing around with this. I'm going to test out these other use cases like fabric and material sourcing. I want to see if it can actually connect me with suppliers or if I might have to build some kind of custom function call for this. I bet there are APIs involved. So again, if you want this prompt, be sure to grab it for free at the link in the description. You'll also be able to access the already configured Custom GPT. I'd love if you tested it out and then let me know in the comments how it goes for you. Also leave a comment if there's a topic in the future that you'd like me to cover. If you found this valuable or learned something new, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.